They said it couldn't be done. That without mortar, without any binding agent, a structure of this scale was impossible. But here, rising from the Zimbabwean plateau, are the silent sentinels that defy that logic. The Great Enclosure, a colossal stone edifice built nearly 1,000 years ago, stands as a testament to ingenuity, power, and a lost civilization. How did they build these walls so high, so strong, that they still stand firm today? What secrets are hidden within these ancient stones? Let's descend into the mystery of Great Zimbabwe. For centuries, whispers have danced on the windswept plains of southern Africa. Tales of a lost kingdom, a civilization of unparalleled ingenuity, swallowed by time and shrouded in mystery. But the stones remember. They stand defiant, silent witnesses to a history too often overlooked, too often stolen. We are about to journey into the heart of that history, to a place called Great Zimbabwe. Look closely. What do you see? Not just a pile of rocks, but an architectural marvel. A testament to an understanding of engineering that defies simple explanation. For over 9 centuries, these walls have stood tall, facing harsh sun, torrential rains, and the relentless march of time. They have endured. But the true wonder lies in what is there. Mortar. The binding agent, the glue that holds most structures together. But here, there is none. These stones, precisely cut and meticulously placed, interlock with a precision that modern engineers still marvel at. No cement, no clay, no binding substance of any kind. Just stone upon stone, a symphony of weight and balance. The people who built Great Zimbabwe, the Shona people, were masters of their environment. They understood the properties of the local granite, they knew how to shape it, how to fit it together with seemingly impossible accuracy. This wasn't the work of primitive tribes, as some have tried to claim. This was the vision of a sophisticated society, a kingdom at the height of its power. Great Zimbabwe flourished between the 11th and 15th centuries, reaching its peak around 1300 AD. It was a center of trade, connecting the interior of Africa with the coastal ports and the wider world. Gold, ivory, and copper flowed through these walls, fueling a prosperous and powerful civilization. The conical tower, standing at a majestic 36 feet tall, remains a potent symbol of that power, its purpose still debated by scholars. Think about it. 900 years. Empires have risen and fallen, civilizations have crumbled to dust. Yet, these walls stand firm, defying gravity, defying the elements, defying expectations. The Great Wall of China, Hadrian's Wall, ancient wonders all requiring constant repair and restoration. But Great Zimbabwe. Minimal intervention. And here's where the story takes a turn, a revelation that challenges everything you thought you knew. These walls, they were not defensive. There is no evidence of battle damage, no loopholes for archers, no strategic positioning for defense. The intricate carvings, the delicate patterns etched into the stone, these are not the features of a fortress. Wait, what? Chapter 2, The Evidence. The ruins of Great Zimbabwe whisper secrets of a sophisticated past. But they are not alone in bearing quiet witness to Africa's golden age. To truly grasp the ingenuity on display in those towering, mortarless walls, we must understand the continent's broader economic and political landscape. We must look north. Imagine, if you will, the dawn of the 14th century. Europe is fractured, recovering from plagues and constant warfare. Kingdoms squabble over scraps of land and fading glory. Now, shift your gaze to West Africa, to the vast and prosperous Mali Empire. This wasn't some simple collection of villages. This was a powerhouse. A meticulously organized state, controlling vital trade routes across the Sahara. Salt, gold, copper, resources flowing like a lifeblood through its arteries. And at the heart of it all, Timbuktu. Timbuktu in 1300 wasn't just a dusty outpost, it was a thriving metropolis. A center of learning, of trade, of culture. Its mosques, like Jingoreba, commissioned in 1327 during the reign of Mansa Musa, were architectural marvels, drawing scholars and merchants from across the Islamic world. Its libraries overflowed with manuscripts, preserving ancient knowledge and fueling new discoveries. We're not talking about a few dusty scrolls, my friends. We are talking about collections of hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, meticulously copied and preserved for generations. Texts on astronomy, mathematics, medicine, law, knowledge that rivaled, and in some cases, surpassed, anything being produced in Europe at the time. But beyond the intellectual wealth, lay unimaginable economic power. The source. Gold. Mali controlled access to some of the richest gold mines in the world. And not just a little gold, a lot. The numbers, when you truly analyze them, are staggering. In fact, by 1300 AD, the Mali Empire's gross domestic product was larger than England and France combined. Think about that for a moment. Two of the most powerful kingdoms in Europe, dwarfed by a single African empire. Their treasuries, their armies, their ambitions paled in comparison to the wealth radiating from the heart of West Africa. This wasn't just about accumulating wealth, it was about wielding influence. Mansour Musa's legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 to 1325 is a testament to that influence. He traveled with a retinue of thousands, showering gold upon the people of Cairo and Medina, causing inflation that crippled the Egyptian economy for years. A single African leader, destabilizing an entire region, simply by showing off his wealth. But here's the part that often gets left out, the part that truly puts the achievements of Great Zimbabwe into perspective. The infrastructure that allowed this wealth to flow, the sophisticated systems of governance, the universities teeming with scholars, all of this existed without the will. Wait, what? A civilization amassing more wealth than England and France, building architectural marvels, and dominating trade routes, without utilizing the will. Now, if they could achieve this without the will, imagine what else they were capable of. Imagine what secrets remain hidden within the walls of Great Zimbabwe. Chapter 3: Why it matters now. The past isn't just dusty relics in a museum, brothers and sisters. It actively shapes the present. To understand our potential, we understand our origins. We carry the ingenuity of our ancestors within us. Consider the Kingdom of Benin. Today, Nigeria's bustling, crowded cities may seem like a far cry from ancient empires, but beneath the surface, the echoes of Benin's greatness resonate. We fixate on Europe's supposed civilizing mission, but consider this: as London remained shrouded in darkness, the Benin Kingdom already boasted sophisticated street lighting. Yes. Street lighting. Powered by palm oil lamps, illuminating the kingdom's meticulously planned streets. This was happening in the 16th century. Over 400 years before Londoners dared to venture out at night without fear of tripping into refuse. So the next time someone speaks of progress and conveniently omits the African story, remember the oil lamps of Benin. Remember the ingenuity that thrived long before colonial boots stomped on our soil. And it wasn't just lighting. The Benin Kingdom possessed an unparalleled level of urban planning. Oral traditions and early European accounts describe broad, straight avenues, meticulously swept and maintained. Imagine the organized chaos of modern Lagos, streamlined, ordered, and beautiful. That was Benin. Accounts from Dutch travelers like Alfred Dapper in 1668 explicitly documented elaborate palaces decorated with the famous Benin bronze plaques, and the sophisticated infrastructure that made the city a marvel of its time. These weren't isolated incidents of brilliance. They were part of a larger pattern of African innovation, systematically suppressed and erased from the dominant narrative. The Benin bronzes, those iconic sculptures looted during the British punitive expedition of 1897, are themselves a testament to advanced metallurgical skills. Skills developed and perfected in Africa, centuries before many European foundries. They represented a level of craftsmanship that stunned the Western world, forcing them to confront the reality of African capabilities. And where are they now? Scattered across European museums, serving as silent witnesses to a history rewritten to demean us. But the story doesn't end there. The spirit of innovation persists. From the mud brick architecture of the Great Mosque of Jen, built in the 13th century and still standing strong in Mali, to the modern architects who are now reclaiming our cities, we see the echoes of that ancient brilliance refuting the lie that Africa was ever a blank slate. And here's the thing, the part they don't want you to know, the very same metalworking techniques that created the bronzes helped Benin develop gunpowder weapons. They had cannons. Cannons, cast by African hands, defending African soil. They just failed to industrialize it during the 17th and 18th centuries like Europe. They defended themselves against